All right, now that we have introduced the most important people here today, we'll introduce ourselves. I'm Alex.
Oh, sorry. I'm Meredith.
We've known the wedded couple for many, many years now and are grateful to call them two of our very best friends. And first off, as wedded couples ourselves, we'd like to welcome you into the Marriage Club. It's been so great, right, Mare?
Great.
Yeah, great, good.
So great. It's great. We still remember the day Lucas asked Kelly to marry her. She said yes, and they shacked up with his mom. Of course, that was just temporary as they built their dream home, and it really is my dream home. Lucas recently almost lost it in gambling. He has since promised Kelly that he will stop betting on Tiger Woods and putting up their home as collateral. Luckily, he has listened because Lucas is more loyal to Kelly than Dustin Johnson is to Saudi Arabia. While Lucas loves his sports bet, we all know his best bet in life, and that is on Kelly. And you struck gold. Kelly, you're stunning today. I don't think there was a dry eye in the house when you were walking down the aisle. You truly look like a princess who's found her frog and turned him into a prince. So.
Mare, I think you meant to say the queen has found her king, King Luke, right? Lucas is one of those people you meet once and you forever want to be his friend. As most of you here know tonight, he's passionate, hardworking, an amazing cook, Caesar connoisseur, professional beer drinker, and master kitchen counter leaner, just to name a few. But some things maybe you don't know about him this evening is he's also going for the sticker collection record in the over 30 age category. And he's also quite the matchmaker. Thank you, Tanaz2000@hotmail.com, for passing along my email address to my now husband over MSN Messenger over 2 decades ago. And if you guys are ever in Niagara Falls with Lucas, I can't stress this enough, he loves the Maid of the Mist. Pick a day when it's 30 plus, he's hungover, and you can get him in a red poncho. I promise it's a memory you will never forget.
Oh, God, sorry. Kelly is one of those people you just gravitate to, not only because of her beauty and exuberance, but also because she usually has a cute golden retriever on her lap. Kobe is her number one, no matter what you hear tonight. I once asked, Kelly is someone who knows everything about everyone in the town of Perth. I could tell her, Kelly, some guy passed out drunk on the streets of Perth last night, pissed himself. What do you know? And within seconds, she'll come back to me with his name, his date of birth, his SIN number, his criminal record, and the reason why she's still going to marry him. No, but seriously, Kelly does have her finger on the pulse of Perth, and she's got her other finger on the nuclear button if anyone messes with the people that she loves. I once had a saleswoman who ripped me off, and I told Kelly about it. That woman's now missing. So, in a nutshell, Kelly is such a strong woman with this ferocious loyalty that makes her one hell of a friend and one that you need in your corner.
And not only is this girl loyal, she's pretty smart, pretty driven, outgoing, beautiful inside and out. She's also a sounding board for me and someone I keep on speed dial anytime we're in Perth and I can't find my husband. He's usually at Kelly's, never far from Lucas's side. Kel, all your wonderful characteristics, plus all the babysitting hours you put in with our husbands, you are going to make an amazing mother one day. I think everyone here tonight would agree that Kelly and Lucas are two of the most fun-loving, and funniest people we know in our lives, and also two people we know belong together. You two talk to each other like you've already been married for 50 years, right, Bun? Yeah. And you're a testament to love and friendship and how those two things are so intertwined.
It's also so clear how loved you both are. 185 guests tonight, and 16 wedding party members. And they had more people at their bachelor and bachelorette parties than the Ottawa Senators can draw to a game. So I hate admitting that, but it's true. So we have so much more to say, but first off, we're going to get people served, and we're going to start with the head table. So we'll be back. For now, cheers, Kelly and Lucas. Every time I see a red truck in town, my eyes get wide, and I just look for that furry face and that big tongue hanging out the window. Of course, I'm talking about Kobe and not Corey McNamee. But really, those Norwood trucks are so iconic, and they're staples of the town of Perth.
And not only does Lucas have a demanding career, but both he and Kelly spend all their free time, recently anyways, building this magnificent dream home. Lucas, your passion for your work, eye for design, and the fact that you've built this perfect home for your family speaks to your character in so many ways. What also speaks to your character, though, is I'm sure you had in mind the 100 friends you planned to host every weekend when you built that 2,000 square foot basement into the plan. You are one of the most generous and kind people I know, Lucas. And all jokes aside tonight, you're someone that always lets other people know that they care. You're a great friend, will be a great husband, and someday will be a great dad.
Lucas's parents are some of the most fun-loving and well-known people in Perth. And I know Kelly and Lucas are also so grateful for Gordon's generous contribution to make this wedding happen. So thank you for that. And on behalf of Gordon and Sue, up next we've got Susan coming up to say a few words, the woman who would rival Cal for her love of the groom. So put your hands together for Susan Norwood.
This is a special day for two special people. Today is, of course, a celebration, but not just of the love that has united Kelly and Lucas in holy matrimony, but also of the families that have created, molded, and influenced the lives of these two remarkable people. So on behalf of myself and Lucas's dad, we'd like to extend a warm welcome to Megan and Dave, and to thank them for their support in making this a momentous day for our son. And to thank you all for joining us in celebrating this very special day. And tonight, we especially welcome Luke Kelly to our family, and that's a dream come true. Kelly was first introduced to our family 11 years ago, and since then, she's found her way into our hearts. For those of you who may not know me, it would be an understatement to say I was a little over the top with our boys, and yes, quite protective to say the least. I need to commend you. Oh, wait. Sorry. So, Kelly, I need to commend you and thank you for your patience and understanding of my bond with Lucas. One of the major concerns as a parent is their children's future and whom they choose for their lifetime partners. Lucas, I assure you, my heart rests in peace with your choice. Kelly, you have far exceeded our greatest expectations. Lucas is a lucky man. The love you have for each other is a tie that binds, and it will endure for the rest of your lives. Please join me in a toast to Kelly and Lucas Norwood. We love you.
Bottoms up.
As many of you know, if you know Kelly, she cries easily. It's a testament truly to how big her heart is. And she and I definitely cry in the same movies, but one time she texted me describing the show she was watching, and she was bawling. And I replied to her, Kelly, that's a beer commercial. I think there was a baby in it or something. And Lucas likes to poke fun at this too. But what many people don't know is that Lucas was in the other room crying at the very same commercial because it was a Bud Light commercial and he was missing his first love.
And Kelly's so much more than a soft heart. She's someone, when she puts her mind to it, it's going to happen. I don't know anybody else that can plan a wedding, move houses, work on her master's, hold a full-time job, and get promoted all in the same year. You're amazing, Kel. Kelly's work ethic and kind spirit are undoubtedly traits passed down from her parents, Megan and Dave. Let's all put our hands together for this awesome property they've turned into this perfect wedding venue today. Thank you for hosting us for what's been a beautiful day so far and what's sure to be one hell of a night. I know Kelly and Lucas are so grateful for all the time, effort, and just your overall generosity that made today possible. So without further ado, the bride's parents.
Well, she's getting her glass. It's not on the script, but I'm going to start with a joke because nobody's been laughing at all. Priest was at the front of the church, and he's picked up a glass of water and said, "Pure life, God's gift to man." And he dropped an earthworm in it. Earthworm swam around, had a great time, just wonderful time. Well, he set that glass of water down, and he picked up a glass of rye whiskey. Said, "Poison, the devil's brew, death." And then he picked up that earthworm out of that glass of water, and he dropped it into that glass of rye whiskey. That worm was dead before it got halfway down the rye whiskey. And he says, "Death, poison, the devil's brew." What does this tell you, my flock? Drunk guy in the back corner stands up and says, "I can tell you." He says, "Yes, my son, what does that tell you?" It tells me that if you drink rye whiskey, you won't have worms. Anyways, good evening, everybody. My name's Dave Rathwell. I'm Kelly's dad. I welcome everybody to our home. Glad to see everybody from near and afar here. We're happy that you're all here to celebrate this very special day.
I'm far more a go by the script girl. And I'm Megan Rathwell, Kelly's mom. What a beautiful day for a wedding. We are thrilled that Kelly and Lucas chose to host their wedding here at Kelly's childhood home.
Kelly, once again, you look gorgeous. We're very proud of you.
And Lucas, you look dashing. We couldn't be happier that the two of you found each other. Now let us share some background on Kelly. Kelly's story started on August 4th, 1991. 2 weeks late, her entry into the world was much like her personality today. I'm on my way, move aside, and here I am.
On that particular morning, we checked into the Perth hospital to make sure everything was okay. Because previously, 2 years before that, Stacy came into the world, and we had to go to Kingston in order for it to have Kelly. That's another story about Stacy, though. We'll get into that one next year, though, for sure. After getting the go-ahead from the doctor in Perth, we jumped in our vehicle, and we were heading towards Westport to go to Kingston. And by that time, we thought for sure that we were going to be having a baby at the side of the road. General Motors probably never has done a speed test on a Pontiac 6000 like we did that day. Like, unbelievable. Like,
We did make it to the hospital, but not with a lot of time to spare. There was not time to be admitted, or do any blood work, or get a room, or even wait for a doctor. The doctor arrived shortly after she was born. 10 pounds, 4 ounce baby girl. Yeah. Kelly was here. We're not sure if her tempo has slowed much, but that is our Kelly, the very person that we love and cherish to this day.
so she did arrive and gave us a whole 8 minutes after we got to the hospital to come into the world. So, needless to say, it was, yeah, a little bit. Mornings with Kelly and Stacy, they were never something Scott and I, Scott being her brother at the far end there. We didn't really enjoy them. We used to pretend we were asleep because they had to get off out of the house at 6:30 to catch the bus at the end of the laneway here for 7 o'clock or something like that. And it was all because of the bickering. They bickered about who had the washroom first and who did this and who did that. But generally, sometimes it got to clothes, and it was always bickering about who was stealing somebody's clothes. But I don't ever remember Kelly accusing Stacy of stealing any clothes. So you know kind of where that went, right? So
Kelly lives life to the fullest in the fast lane. In the fast lane, yes. Kelly firmly believes that she is a good driver. I don't think that there is anyone else in this family that believes the same.
So a year or so into this, after this, Stacy went to university, and so Scott and I could didn't have to pretend we were sleeping anymore, so we could get up. And this one particular morning, I drove Megan into work because Kelly needed the van. We had a Ford Windstar, which survived her, which was amazing in itself. I'm sure the military had built it; like it was incredible. So Kelly left for school, and Scott and I were still in the house. And about 5 minutes later, she rolls into the house and tells me, "Oh, Dad, I put the van in the ditch. I put the van in the ditch." I said, "Where?" "Just in the laneway." Well, we were going to be late. I was going to be late for work. Scott was going to be late for school. I was trying to do the parent thing where I was going to teach her a lesson and say, "Figure it out. You figure it out." So I went to work and sitting around work all day thinking, okay, she's going to learn a lesson here. She's going to be $100 less out of her pocket, and she's going to be upset and all this stuff. Well, I got home from work that day, and the first thing I said to her was, "So, Cal, how'd it go?" "Oh, fine." I'm thinking, oh, that's not really the response I was looking for. "Oh, yeah, the tow truck." I said, "The tow truck came?" "Oh, yeah, the tow truck came. I knew the guy, and his dad owned the company, and he didn't charge me anything for pulling me out." So, like, as a parent, when you're trying to teach a lesson, like, oh, man, that backfired on me big time.
Kelly learned to network at a very young age. Friends have always been very important to Kelly. She has built and maintained so many friendships. Everyone here today is a testament to that. You have all played an important part in Kelly and Lucas's story.
Kelly and Lucas, they met at childcare 27 yeyears ago. Like, yeah, amazing. We've seen pictures of them. They were quite the looking little pair then. They what's that? Yeah, same haircut. Yeah. And you're just about the same heights and difference in height too. Yeah. They parted ways and to attend different elementary and high schools, and it wasn't until the summer before Kelly was leaving to attend University of Guelph that Lucas would re-enter into the picture.
So again, through her networking, Kelly found out that Lucas was attending the University of Guelph, going into his 3rd year, so reached out for some information. That led to shared drives home, dating, falling in love, a dog named Kobe, a marriage proposal, and finally to this day. Lucas, welcome to our family.
Just one little tidbit before we say farewell. I'm pretty sure that Kelly broke the mirror off the army van that day. And I'm pretty sure that she knew the guy that worked at the parts store and got that done for nothing, too. So, Kelly and Lucas, we love you both very much. Lucas, you've been a part of our family for a long time. Now we've just made it official, and that's great. We're very happy about that. We wish you guys all the happiness in the world, and we hope that your marriage is a journey of never-ending adventures. Toast, please. Kelly and Lucas. Thanks, everybody.
Up next, the handsome best man and beautiful maid of honor. I think everyone knows the expression, you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. But these 4 family members now would pick each other every single day.
These 4 are always together, whether it's golf, dinners, drinks, or Sunday morning breakfast over at Stacy's in Ryan's. You can usually find Lucas just popping by to recount the Saturday night fun, while coincidentally Ryan has eggs Benny ready and Stacy's poured the perfect Caesar. We can't wait to see the fun, love, and trouble that's going to come your way, you 4. So come on up, Stacy and Ryan.
I'm just going to preface before we start. Going last has its disadvantages. There will be some strong resemblances and similar stories. You're going to see some themes here with what my parents just spoke about.
Good evening, everyone. It's so great to be here. It's been a perfect day. I would like to start off by introducing myself and this beautiful woman next to me. I'm Ryan, best man of the groom, and this is my fiance, maid of honor, Stacy. And sister of the bride. The 2 of us are standing up here together today because we have the privilege of knowing the bride and groom so well, both independently and together. Plus, I'm hoping this approach will ensure a balance between Stacy's kind words and my bad jokes. Yeah, so, okay. Kelly, you look stunning today. That's no surprise. Luke, you clean up well too. Yeah. You 2 are great friends to us and so many. You always bring so much energy to a room, and today is evidence of this. We've known you through 3 houses, Kelly's 6 cars, that, that 1 dog and too many Tomasino's pizzas, that's for sure, yeah. So some of you may be wondering, how did I have the honor of being named Luke's best man? Why am I so lucky? Yeah, some of his oldest friends sitting with him today, from his neighborhood hockey rivals to his high school buddies, even his older brother. But the reason he asked me is simple. They said no. Yeah. Yeah. Seriously though, no one would say no to him, not just because he's incredibly persuasive, but because he is such a good friend to so many. Lucas has this incredible ability to make friends with people anywhere he goes, and as soon as he meets them, like you're his best buddy, no matter how brief the interaction. And it's probably why they have 16 other weddings to attend this summer. Yeah. I think this ability comes from his sense of humor and his quick wit. He's a very charming individual. And of course, very tall and handsome. Oh, that was your line.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was hers.
Being Kelly's older sister, I have known her for all the years of her life, liked her for most of them, and loved her for all of them. It's such an honor to be standing up here beside her today and at the home where we grew up together, no less. As young kids, Kelly, Scott, and I spent many winters on toboggan rides behind the four-wheeler where this very tent sits today, and many summers dressing up countless puppies and our younger brother down where you spent cocktail hour earlier this evening. With what seemed like hundreds of litters of golden retriever puppies as our playmates as kids, this place is definitely where our mutual love for dogs, or should I say our bias obsession with golden retrievers, began. We have many memories on this property, including birthday parties, pool parties, scavenger hunts, and today is undoubtedly adding one of the most beautiful memories to the books here on the Upper Scotch Line. I know that my mom is going to love me bringing up this topic this evening, but hey, Kelly and I sported matching hairstyles as kids. Those beautiful mushroom cuts that dubbed us as the boys, to some, to our overuse of fish clips phase, to now long locks and wedding dues. My, how far we've come, Kel. You look absolutely beautiful today. Maybe our love for style and hair can be attributed to this journey, and we can thank Mom for that someday. I'd like to think that your love for clothes can be attributed to me, though. As Dad mentioned, I remember many mornings fighting over Kelly stealing my clothes. Yes, that's how it went. Our bathroom time, followed by racing each other out that long driveway to catch that bus. It's funny to think how much growing up together was just that. We now share everything from experiences, and yes, now clothes, to many of the friends that are in this tent tonight. I love that I get to call my sister one of my friends, and I can safely say that you are literally stuck with me forever. As Ryan alluded to earlier, Kelly's Tokyo Drift driving record is something that we will never let go. When learning to drive in an old truck of Dad's, she mixed up the gas and the brake and nearly drove through the right-hand side of the garage door just right over there. You all would have passed over the tree-lined ravine on your way in the driveway that Kelly drove our minivan into and swiftly removed the passenger side mirror. The other stories aren't nearly as close to home or as show and tell like, but what I can tell you is that Kelly has test drove many vehicles over the years, and the safest sedan out there is in fact a Hyundai Elantra. It's challenging to summarize in just a few short minutes what Kelly means to me. She is simultaneously a stereotypical middle child while also being the most passionate, understanding, intelligent, reliable, beautiful soul of a sister friend that anyone could ask for. She always knows what to say, when to listen, and does not hesitate to stand up for the people close to her. She puts so much into everything she does, especially her relationships. And because of that, I know that there are so many amazing people that could be standing where I am today. Lucas, you landed one of the best.
So being friends with this guy doesn't come without its quirks, though. Like I said before, he's always fun to be around, so long as you're doing what he wants, where he wants, and what he wants. That being said, he does like to be the host DJ, and he does not make it easy to go home. Now, I grew up with only one sister, so I never knew what it was like to have a brother. Oh, relax. Just wait, just wait. But I think I have an understanding now. Like how you can get into a physical fight with that person more than once. You can be best friends 1 minute and argue like children the next. And no matter how much we aren't getting along, we still have to see each other every Thanksgiving and Christmas.
The unique part about the position that I stand in today is not that I have only known Kelly for her nearly 31 years, but I've also almost known Lucas for equally as long. About 27 years since we began daycare at Edie Cordick's together, to be precise. So don't think you're getting off the hook either, bud. I still remember yours and Adam's very animated and creative renditions of singing the theme songs to the Magic School Bus and Teletubbies for everybody at daycare. Maybe this is where your deep love for music began. I also recall some very monochromatic outfits during elementary school, as well as some very bold jewelry choices. But I certainly do see why Kelly loves you so much. You're the life of the party, up for anything, and bring out the good in those around you. You're fun-loving, generous, easygoing, and I couldn't have handpicked a better person for my sister if I tried. I mean, unless Tyler C. from The Bachelor is suddenly single. In more recent years, you've become my kitchen dance party partner when Kelly and Kelly and Ryan tap out for the night. As a couple, the two of you have become our go-to scramble golf tournament teammates. We spend so much time together on a regular basis that Siri reminds us how long it will take to get to one another's houses on every Sunday morning. Now, we have a few pieces of advice for you, Lucas, that will help you in years to come with your marriage to Kelly. Shockingly, that's not one of them.
Don't interrupt Kelly when she is talking. Yeah.
Answer your text messages, even if you're golfing.
When Kelly says, I don't want anything or don't buy me anything, it actually means plan a date and buy me a gift. I think I messed that up.
A reminder, Kelly's birthday is August 4th, Valentine's Day is February 14th, and Christmas is December 25th. And yes, these come around every year.
Actually try to stick to the one more rule.
Save your breath on Kelly's television choices.
And never get upset at how many Amazon boxes show up, because it's always going to be something you need. Yeah.
We also have some advice for the newlyweds on their special day. Don't ruin a good day by thinking about a bad yesterday. Be patient with one another. Never stop dating each other. Don't yell at each other unless the house is on fire. And have fun.
It was such an honor to be part of this day with you two. And it is a privilege to be your best man and maid of honor. We wish you two all the best in the future together and encourage you to keep spreading your love.
Cheers to the happy couple. We love you guys.
Okay, so we're about to bring up the couple of the hour. But before I do, this is a short story, but some of you will know this story, some of you won't. But it's a reflection of Lucas and Kelly's partnership and therefore important to tell today. One day, Lucas was driving by Dairy Queen. And he sees this big lineup, and he gets on the data line and calls Kelly. And he's like, Kelly, something's going on at Dairy Queen. I don't know what's up, but you got to figure it out. Right?
So Kelly jumps in the car within seconds, and we're continuing on the theme here, arrives at Dairy Queen in record time, thank goodness alive. And sure enough, she got in that big lineup, and because she was one of the first 50 customers, she and Lucas got a free blizzard every Sunday that summer. That is teamwork, and that is love, folks. Now everyone make some noise for the newlywed couple, Kelly and Lucas.
Hi, everybody. I want to first start by saying something that really does go without saying, but thank you to every single one of you sitting here tonight. Our day would not be the same without each of you in attendance, and more importantly, our lives together and independently would not be what they are without each of our unique relationships with the people here. Having our worlds collide in both pre-wedding festivities and again tonight has been the most overwhelming, incredible feeling that we could have ever asked for. We know how lucky we are every day, but holy smokes, have each of you gone out of your way to remind us in a different way, in a different action. Time is a bit of a thief. If we could hold on to the moment in time where everybody that we love is sitting under this tent, rest assured that we would. A few special thank yous and mentions. Cece's on the radio for the delicious food that we ate tonight. Aaron and Jay from Cece's on the radio, you were incredible to deal with, which was no shock to me. When I served at your restaurant years ago, you treated everybody like family, and being on this end of your business was no different. Speaking of work that feels like family, Kim and Jay Morrison, who lent us their golf cart and speaker system for our event. You have treated me like family since I started serving at your golf course at the age of 18 and quickly adopted Lucas into that family when we started dating too. Julia Ludwig. Where are you, Jules? My fiercely organized wedding coordinator who doubles as one of my closest friends. We would be sitting on the ground eating granola bars, and the wedding would not have started if it wasn't for Julia. She has kept me on track through the entire planning process and worked so hard to bring my vision to life, bring her vision to our day, and ensure things that went smoothly. There are very few people that Lucas would cut candle wicks with without question and follow up by asking her, what next? You can move in with us. We owe you, Jules, and any future brides in this room looking for a coordinator, Julia is your gal. Our photographer, Virginia, you are amazing, and I can't wait to see how you've captured our day. Our videographers, Luke and Bethany from Greyloft Studio, I know you will create something that we will watch on July 30th every year and feel as full of love as we do today. They say it takes a village to raise a child. I personally think it takes a village to pull off a wedding. And a village we had. I will get to our wedding party shortly, but Trisha Cameron, Patty Cameron, Megan Pablo, Leslie Barr, to name a few, ensured this day happened and took on tasks and projects that they nowhere near had to and deserve an honorable mention. I love all of you so much. To our gorgeous, hilarious, talented MCs, Meredith and Alex, thank you. You are both incredible friends and people. If the men we chose did anything right in life, it was bringing us together. Lucas and I share independent friendships with both of you and love you both so much for many, many reasons that I'm sure would be self-explanatory to this room of people who have spent the night with you. Susan. Thank you for being such a loving and doting mom to Lucas. Most recently, you welcomed us into your home during a pandemic after years of being an empty nester. We appreciate you and your family-first attitude so much. You have always welcomed me into your family, and that has always meant the world to me. And you're welcome. I think I have officially transitioned to being Lucas's source of finding every weird item for him. You don't have to track his belongings anymore. We love you very much, Susan. And Dave, you are a wonderful man, and we are so glad for the role that you play in now both of our lives. A story about Dave that depicts how kind he is. Lucas was out of town one weekend, so I thought I would get to do some lawn work. Impress Lucas. Lawnmower wasn't working. I called Dave to let him know that our lawnmower was broken. He is across town to fix my lawnmower within 15 minutes. We are chatting away, and I notice that he's putting gas in the lawnmower. I say, oh, please tell me it was not just out of gas. It was. Dave, however, was prepared to tell me that he had fixed my broken lawnmower and saved me the embarrassment. Gordon, you were a bit of a tough nut to crack, largely in part to the fact that Lucas waited over 6 months to introduce us. You are a wonderful dad and have always made me feel like family. I suppose that might just come naturally to you since I may be a minority in town, not actually being a blood relative of yours. Lucas no doubt gets his quick wit and humor from you, and it is something that I love very much about both you and him. Mom and Dad, I don't even know where to begin. First and foremost, thank you for today. You have hosted the wedding of our dreams and worked tirelessly in doing so. We will never be able to articulate our gratitude for today. There was nothing I called or asked you about that you didn't jump to action on. That kind of tracks, though. There is nothing that I have ever asked you or called you about in my entire life that you didn't jump to action on. You are bar none the most incredible parents that Stacy, Scott, and I could have ever been blessed with, and I know that we don't always make that title easy to obtain. Me, most especially. You both always put family first and ensured that we had childhoods full of adventure, fun, and memories that we still discuss over family dinners. Together, you have taught me what marriage looks like, the real marriage, where you work hard at it every day, where you fight for it because you love one another, and create a home loving enough where your child wants to come back and get married. Or still live here, eh, Scott? Independently, you have both taught me many things that I have brought to my relationship with Lucas and will continue throughout our marriage. Mom, you have taught me how to be strong, independent, and not to suffer fools. I learned from you what self-worth and hard work is. There is never a time where I call you where you are not genuinely interested. And for the record, I call her a lot. I call her a lot about nothing. You are the perfect balance of soft and tough love and seem to know when one is needed over the other. Dad, you taught me that forgiveness and kindness need to be exercised regularly. You are one of the most gentle and warm people that I know. I remember when Lucas was coming over for his first official Meet the Parents evening. I assured him that my dad couldn't be intimidating if he tried, so really don't sweat it. He quickly agreed with me, surprised that I was not just trying to falsely reassure him when you made him a plate of your famous nachos and kindly took interest in him. You have both welcomed Lucas into our family from the start, and that has been such a blessing to me. We love you both so much. To our bridal party. 16 very special people to us, as Alex and Meredith indicated. I feel blessed on a daily basis that I am surrounded by as many incredible women as I am. Kira, I am so glad that lonely morning in South Residence I got to meet you. There is never a shortage of fun with you. You've been a phone call away during my most happy and sad moments, and I love you very much. You have also set me up very nicely should I ever have children. I will be a very good mom after living with you and taking care of you for 4 years. Sammy was a good counter mom with me. Megan, my artistic, free-spirited beauty. I love you for being one of the most thoughtful friends I could have ever dreamt of. You go out of your way to make other people feel good, and you are so intentional about demonstrating your care for your friends and put that into action, whether it be through painting me beautiful decor or a therapeutic glass of wine. Brooke, I don't have memories that go back further than when you were my friend. Just at the end of this laneway, you would pick me up on your dad's riding lawnmower to bring me to your house. I hope that your children are far kinder to you than we were to our parents. We have truly went through life together, and I love you for remaining steadfast through that. Kayla, thank God for you. When I knew very few of Lucas's circle, you were then, and continue to be now, such a friendly, welcoming person. Thank you for going to the gym with me at any given hour over the last year and for always taking me up on my pop by for a drink if you're bored. I love you, and you're up for anything, generous soul. Jess, my now official sister-in-law, though you have felt like that for many, many years. It only makes sense that we so quickly bonded, as no woman should have to navigate these Norwoods alone. You were quick to offer me talking points or advice and have now grown from a sister-in-law to a very good friend. Your boys mean the world to us, and I look so forward to a lifetime of family memories with all of you. Maddie, my longtime bestie. I have so much I could say about our friendship, but you know how much I love you and your ability to read my mind and finish my sentences. Some of my funniest memories are with and of you. Starting from Stewart School, your Hopetown house, through high school, or our summers at Mapleview, and now our adult lives. I love you. Steph, 28 years of friendship is no joke, and we have proven time and time again that we stand that test of time. We've done so without ever arguing, while appreciating our differences and relishing in our commonalities. I ask you no question that I don't want the actual answer to, and I love you for your tough love and your common, you sure about that, Kelly? Questions that you pose to me. Stacy, I am so glad to have a sister who doubles as my best friend. You are the kind of sister people dream of having, a steady comfort in my life, and the most incredible maid of honor I could ask for. You go above and beyond to be thoughtful, generous, and caring in all facets of life, and I love you for that. We survived years of having mushroom cuts together, so I really think that set us up for being able to overcome anything life throws at us. To the men, while it might not always be obvious when I'm telling you to shut up in my kitchen at 4 a.m., I love each and every one of you. You play such an important role in Lucas's life and now in mine. One thing I will personally compliment is that if you know how to do anything right, it is pick your women. Thank you for being incredible women, bringing incredible women into our lives and being such loyal friends to Lucas. Lucas. My rock and my best friend. I love so many things about you, and thank God for that, because some days I need to rhyme them off to myself while you drive me insane. You are entirely my voice of reason. When I jump to emotion, you always talk me back down to logic. You are kind and generous and demonstrate that in our relationship in so many ways. You are funny. I don't give you that compliment often, so lap it up. But you are. I can't imagine life with anybody but you. You are always my first phone call, and I know that I am always yours. You could stand to be more of a texter and less of a caller. Anybody else on Lucas's call list while he's in his truck, unable to text? Yeah, he does a lot of calling. You have brought me more happiness than I ever could have wished for in life. I am equally happy and at ease when we are at home on the couch, or as we call it, Lounge Town, eating a junk food snack, watching one of the very few movies or shows that we agree on, as I am when we are both in our social elements with the many friends that we share and cherish together. You hold your own in any social setting. It is actually a talent, and one that I admire. You have made friends with every friend and every friend's husband, mom, aunt, grandma, grandpa, etc., that I have ever introduced you to. This is how I know that our life will forever be as happy as it is today. Over the many years we have spent together, we have created balance and comfort. You are just that to me, my comfort. You seem to know just when I need a hug and just when to offer to mix me one of your famous homemade Caesars. I would be remiss while addressing you not to address our biggest commonality, which is undoubtedly how much we love Kobe. When we got Kobe, Lucas had a strict rule that he would not be sleeping in bed with us. I agreed, fully knowing that when we got Kobe, he would in fact sleep in bed with us. I didn't want to run the risk of Lucas not wanting to get the puppy, though, so this battle would be had once our adorable golden retriever puppy was home crying at some ungodly hour. So, the first night, I said, we can't leave him in the crate. That feels cruel. He will miss his mom. Lucas, to my pleasant surprise, agreed. This seemed so easy. Within a week, after a few accidents, Lucas and I removed all of our expensive bedding and were both sleeping in our childhood sleeping bags to ensure that Kobe could sleep in the comfort of our bed and wouldn't make us too upset if he had an accident on our sleeping bags made of slush pan material. We have since potty trained our dog and upgraded the size of our bed to accommodate our now full-sized golden retriever. This story that came to my mind speaks to so many things. That you are willing to see things my way. You are warm, loving, and welcoming. That you know when to choose your battles, and that you go above and beyond for those that you love, putting their comfort before your own. I know how much you appreciate a good night's sleep, and let me tell you, those sleeping bags do not provide that. Our life together feels like forever in the blink of an eye all at once. All of that to say, I love you, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you, Lucas.